Hi, Hungries.
We're dads.
And this is the Dad vs. Dads podcast,
And
season 3, episode 1.
We're episode 76. We just carry on. We didn't do... It's not like season like a normal show works. It's different. It's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah. New season. We're back. New studio, as you can see.
Look.
We are on air now.
And when we're not
Scoreboard is back.
we're not using a webcam because camera stuff.
Yeah. So we got a better quality camera.
We do have 2 cameras running just in case one of them
We have
fails.
a backup one
So
down there, which you guys might never
If,
see that view. It's mostly just on our crotches. So hopefully we don't have to resort to that. Now, a few different things about this season. Well, only one different thing this episode. We're going to keep score of things. Dads of the week again.
yes, we will be bringing in certain challenges every so often, but I think it's going to be extra content. So for you patrons, you will... Actually, everybody's going to see it. Maybe they'll get early release.
What? No, maybe.
Challenges. What the...
We'll see.
Where are you?
Don't worry about that for now.
Where are you?
There's way too much to just think about that
In the
stuff.
past 10 minutes, I've made a few comments and you're like, what?
Yeah. We bring back the weight loss challenge as well.
And we did We'll
Which,
talk about that.
Moving forward, the weight loss will go towards the Dad of the Week point.
Yes.
Mountain and Molehill winner will go towards the Dad of the Week point.
Yes.
Which those are 2 things that we're going to need a third thing to break ties.
So maybe we do need to have a certain challenge.
Maybe rock, paper, scissors every week.
Well,
People love rock, paper, scissors.
it's entertaining for listeners, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
Absolutely.
Well-
so we did do a pre-show weigh-in, so we might throw that up on the end.
We'll get to that. So, but firstly, how was your month?
My month was very busy. I did a lot of moving house.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of moving furniture and boxes and boxes and boxes. I was making 2 trips a day from the old place, just loading up my car fully chocked with boxes and then just bringing them around.
I know you made me do it,
Make
and
you help
you
with
made
one of those?
you made me walk up and down your stairs a squillion times.
So good.
I think I got 13,000 steps that day.
And look how much weight you lost because of it.
I'm heavier than ever.
Yeah, but imagine
So much
how
muscle.
much you would have weighed if you didn't do those stairs. I don't
Yeah.
know if you can see these down the bottom there. The microphone might be in the way.
Yeah, I don't know. Tell us if this is an inconvenience. If you're watching, just let us know. If you're going, that's so dumb, you need 2 microphones, then
No,
maybe we'll
don't think
consider it.
2
But I don't think we will.
Yeah,
'Cause
maybe
this-
labs.
The quality's shit.
Or we
This-
could have this down here facing this way. That might actually work.
Yeah, we should record the wall.
No, but if it's on an angle facing up this way, that might
So the
work.
cool thing is, it's a ribbon mic. So directional is all that way.
Yeah,
I love.
Is nothing. How's up and down work?
It doesn't.
Yeah, so exactly. So if we have this on an angle, so my hand is that could be there.
I love that this podcast is basically us trying to work out how things
How to
happen.
set up our new studio.
So you moved house. That was fun.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
And that was about it. That's probably the most exciting thing that happened. Nothing else exciting.
You didn't do your car like you promised.
No, I didn't buy my donor car to put the engine in my car.
Mm-hmm.
I got to call that guy.
Okay.
Someone remind me to call him.
You will get a message. It's probably going to be Tank Jank. Who just call that guy.
Yeah.
2 weeks later. Yeah.
On YouTube. Oh yeah, that guy.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to be back. It's been a hectic month. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, how was your month?
Yeah.
What did you do?
I did heaps. I worked a bunch. I had TJ's birthday,
Yeah.
which we celebrated for a week. We went to Dad's.
Yeah.
And we hung out at the beach and Ollie caught a fish. I think I talked about it
Yeah.
in the last ep. And then we got back to Canberra and we celebrated again. because it was like the actual birthday.
Yeah.
Then I bought him skateboards. I feel like I just spent money the whole time.
Yeah, you are bad with money.
So bad. So we...
Speaking of bad with money, though, I just bought a brand new graphics card because there's a game coming out and I want it to look a bit better.
Yeah, but that's justified to an extent. It's not like, oh, yeah, we could buy dinner again tonight. Oh, yeah. Like, mine is all really right now needs, whereas that's a long-term thing. Games are going to come out. You'll play that one and every other game you can boost the stuff on.
Yeah, but it'll just look better. My current graphics card, that will handle all of the games probably coming for the next 5 years. It'll just look worse and worse over time.
Well, can you...
Well, not look worse, but...
give me your
not
old
as
one?
good as it could. You've got a newer card than mine.
Oh, well then, don't worry.
I think mine might be better. We'll look into it. Anyway.
Okay, thanks.
Doesn't matter.
Because, I mean, I don't play games anyway. That's fine.
Ellie could probably use it. I think you got her the shitter card, didn't you?
No, I got us the same card. I got the bigger
Yeah.
thing because I'm recording.
Processor, yeah.
Speaking of, so during my month, I've been chasing a squeal with my recordings.
Yeah, yeah.
I have no idea what it is. Anytime I record music, it has this high pitch frequency.
I thought you got the new thing that stopped that.
Yeah, a power conditioner.
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't work.
Oh.
So, not only that, I spent $80 on a lead, like a guitar lead, from the thing to the guitar.
Yeah.
Still getting the squeal.
Yeah.
Like, okay, maybe it's the guitar. Plugged in a different guitar, squeal.
Yeah.
Plugged in a different guitar, squeal. So, the only thing that I can think that it is a grounding issue in the actual power supply at the house.
Possibly. It could be other cables crossing each other behind the computer. Like, that can affect things.
Even if that was the case, then the power conditioner, the way that it works is basically anything prior to the power conditioner will make noise. The second you plug it in, irons out the sound, and anything coming out the other end will be clean.
Yeah, this is riveting stuff, probably.
Well, probably. But the fact is, I still can't work out where this thing is. And I've been looking up everything. The only information I've found is bad grounding at a house for recording is like a poltergeist. You should get out as soon as you can.
Right.
So...
well, bring your entire setup here one day.
I actually will.
It's a lot. I don't want to deal with that in my house.
We could. It's just guitar, recording, computer. It's fine.
No, you can do that, but I feel like you're saying that on the pod, so like hopefully one of our listeners, Mum might be like, "Oh, actually, Kevin, I know how to solve this one."
Mum is a sound expert.
She is a sound engineer.
Yeah. Yeah. Either way, it's driving me nuts. So if anyone has any advice or anything, if you're the kind of person who's a sound nerd, give me some info because I need it.
Yeah.
Apart from that, my month was we went to Cootamundra to help drag some shit from a house. So our grandpa went into a nursing home. Mm-hmm. So I had to go and clean his house with Mum and sort through years of like the weirdest shit. There were baubles everywhere. Like Christmas baubles in jars at the front door. For no reason.
Well, you never know when you'll need one.
And there was...
well, actually, that could be for, like, walking sticks. Because, like, you smush it in there, and then the baubles keep them in place.
No, because you use tennos.
Well, he didn't. He used baubles.
No, everyone uses tennis balls. Either way, we ended up taking a bunch of stuff, and you know what kids are like. They go into the house, and they're like, oh, that looks cool. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Rusty got a walking stick. So... he's cruising around with that. But, like, this house had stickers on the wall.
Yeah.
Like, random stickers. And there were, like, they painted the house around paintings.
Yeah.
Like...
God, that's
just
lazy.
It was just the biggest mess of a place. Not even, like, messy. Just... the way the mum explained it was, like... 5-year-old, you get 2 5-year-olds move into a house and just let them design the place.
Yeah.
And it's just the most uncomfortable, weird, artsy, but like shitty art.
Yeah.
There were like old wine bottles with like USB lights dangling inside of them, but like all put onto a plank of wood. So it was like, I get what you were going for, but it looks like It's homemade art.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, like, weird Egyptian stuff. Every wall was painted a different color, like purple, green, blue, pink. It was just...
That's bizarre.
But not... And because the house was in Wagga, it wasn't like a new age house either. Like, you can't make it, like, modern and cool.
Yeah.
It's just really weird, shitty colors.
That's so awkward.
Yeah. Thank God he wasn't there. I felt so bad because I was just... The whole time I was just going... What were they thinking?
Yeah.
And, like, I'm in their house. This is their space. I'm criticizing their stuff.
Oh, yeah.
At the same time, it's like, God damn, that's some bullshit.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was that.
Yeah, what a month.
What a month.
Yeah, Vera's been good too, probably. Mostly good.
What do you mean, probably?
Probably.
Yeah.
She just went back today.
Yep.
To her mother's. What did we do? We didn't do anything too exciting. Just set up her room and stuff, basically.
Oh, God. I'm moving. So, TJ and Rusty... TJ and Rusty share a room at the moment, and they fight every night to the point of like, he said he'd turn the light off and he didn't turn the light off, and I'm closer, so he's making me do it every time.
God.
So we're like sacrificing our office now
Yeah.
to move TJ in there
Yeah.
because it's killing us, this arguing.
Yeah.
So over the weekend, he's going to his mum's for the first time in like a couple of months.
Yeah.
So we're going to clean that out and move everything across, and yeah.
Fun.
So now I've got to move that again, and crazy. I hate moving things.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Vera has been very... She's just... Stuff's around. She gets too distracted, excited about other things. And then, like, we tell her to do a thing. She just won't. So we've got this new kind of punishment system we're trying.
Okay.
So, like, if I ask her to do thing
One
yeah,
time.
the second time I have to ask her, that's just a warning.
Yeah.
You get one ask, and the second one, it's a warning. If I have to ask you again, get, like, half TV time the next day.
Ooh.
Ask you again, no TV the next day.
Ooh.
And so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Maybe no TV the day after that.
Yeah.
No ice cream day. No this, that, the other, whatever. She just keeps losing stuff the more she doesn't do what she's told.
It is really hard, especially because Rusty's at the same age, and it's like trying to... they just don't listen.
Like bad, particularly. And I don't think it's that they don't listen. I think it's that they go... They're like, yeah, I'll go do that. And, oh, look at that toy. Wow, look at this shiny thing.
Yeah, but I was like that. I used to go to clean my room and play guitar for half an hour.
Yeah, and it's just, I think a lot of kids do that. And,
well, Rusty, we're like, all right, mate, you got to be quick. Eat your breakfast.
yeah.
Go do something. Come back. You haven't eaten anything. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Eat your brekkie. Go. Come back. Okay, do I have to sit here and do this with you? And then he's still like, look at the cat. Do this.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, what's that? Like, just non-stop
Yeah.
fucking distractions.
Yeah.
So, no, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
parenting.
So, yeah, try that. So, if I ask you again, no, taking your Switch for the day.
Well, I've started bringing in Santa. I'm at a point where I'm like, listen, you got to be quick because Santa's going to know if you're not doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't get upset with me. You'll be upset with Santa. He's the one who will ban your toys.
Yeah, so you're passing on the...
The lie.
Is that working, though?
Well, every time I do bring it up, he starts to freak out a little.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want Santa to be the fear, though.
Yeah, so do the thing. Make you the fear. Say, look, no, I'm taking your Switch away tomorrow.
But
And
then,
because then it can be like micro punishment. We're taking it away for 2 hours after you get home. Or whatever. You know?
at the moment, well, the other boys have been grounded many times.
Yeah.
Preteen stuff, they're assholes.
Yeah.
They're just bad people.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's so much arguing and fighting and discussion and...
Yeah.
I just want to fight him. This morning, it was a fight about... He has 4 school shirts.
Yeah.
And he just has to let us know when he's at the end of it so we can wash them, dry them, and give them to him the next day. And he doesn't. So this morning, when it's time to go to school, I don't have any school shirts. Okay. Go grab a white polo. Just wear a white polo. And then he comes out and whinges about it. Like, can we just get more school shirts? Because these are so uncomfortable. Mate, you just need to do what you're supposed to freaking do.
Yeah. We already have a solution for this.
Yeah.
You do the thing.
And then glares at me for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because of it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, you have a choice. If you need to cool down, you can walk to school. Because I'm not having this arguing. I'm not arguing anymore.
Yeah.
You just got to learn resilience, you little bastard.
Yeah, I do a lot of that. Look, I'm not arguing with you. This is just how it is. You're not saying it like, stop. No. This is just how
Does
it
that
is.
work?
Yeah. Because every time they pipe up, you're like, no, I'm not arguing. We're done. We're not talking about this anymore.
I'm done with this argument. Let me know when you are.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to listen to anything else you say. You might, like, I don't care. You can keep arguing if you like. I'm not listening.
I saw a
I'm doing
Facebook
elsewhere.
feed like that today.
Yeah.
Actually, which brings me into my news.
Oh, tell me some news.
Okay. So, it's more just discussion, I guess.
Yeah.
So, we have the referendum coming up,
Yeah.
which this year is about the voice.
Yeah.
Whether we choose to have the Aboriginal as a government voice.
Kind of. From the sound of things, they want to have a group of Aboriginal voted in people who are advisors on parliamentary decisions.
Yep.
Which to me seems like a token gesture thing. Like, it doesn't sound like they have any real power. They can't, like, put a stop to anything or change anything. They can just tell people, well,
This doesn't work for us.
we, the Aboriginal people, would rather that's not a thing. Is what it sounds like.
Which isn't necessary. I mean, I'm all for that.
I'm
but-
obviously not voting.
Well, yeah, you loser.
I don't like voting. But I don't know which way I would vote for it. Probably no, because it's just more pubes. It's just more pubes that our money's being wasted on.
Well, to me, it's this whole idea, like, because I'm all for equal rights and everything.
Yeah.
They talk about life expectancy is 8 years less for the Aboriginal people.
Yeah.
And it's due to socioeconomics and education and this and that and this. Like, but I don't think being Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander is the issue.
Yeah.
I think it's to do with governments not supporting the poverty issues in Australia.
And I don't think having a group of people in Parliament who are like, well, there's a poverty issue or whatever, I think that's going to change the decisions they make in Parliament. We're like, well, noted. We'll take that into consideration. Back to your little seat.
Yeah.
We're going to get back to parliamenting now.
Well, what? Doing nothing. Yeah, good.
Why not? Why not? We replace the PM with an Aboriginal leader. What if we replace the entire public service with Aboriginals?
Poverty gone.
Poverty gone. They're all making all the money. There's not as many of them as there's probably pubes, so that's already less
cut half
taxes.
of it.
Yeah, that's already taxes gone.
And they know how
they're used
to...
to living in poverty, so they don't need to have these crazy high incomes like current pubes do. They can have we can have minimum wage pubes.
Are you saying we do like slave labor?
No, it's not slave labour. Minimum wage and slave labour, and maybe a bit better than minimum wage. They get all the benefits with it, all the extra holidays, all the whatever else that comes with being a pube.
Yep. You know, I
Just let them do it.
we should be PMs.
We should be PMs. No, yeah. And then after we make all these things, we step down, let an Aboriginal in the spot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be PMs. They should be PMs.
Yes.
I mean, actually, because Albo's actually going for the yes vote.
I don't know who that is.
Albo.
No, I do.
Ah, you got me. Yes, so Albo's going for it, and whatever. I don't know. I think the whole thing's a bit dumb. I don't think they've explained it well on either side.
They did the voting confusing either. It was like you can write a yes, or you can write a no, or you can do a tick for yes, but you can't do a cross for no.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to write the answer. I don't know which way I'm going to vote. I really don't. I'm still kind of on the fence.
So many people have talked to about it are so on the fence. They're like, it's really unclear what is really going on. And I'm just going off what I've heard on the radio.
There's a lot of the higher end Aboriginal speakers who are saying, no, this isn't a good idea.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're speaking for their experience, not for the Aboriginal community that's suffering. I think the difference is, if it is going to segregate the population in that sense, though, because... So there's two ways to think about it. When I was doing hardship in my last job, they were talking, like, there was always... We'd have community events, and the issue was the population wasn't trusting the white man government. And so one of the solutions was to get an Aboriginal person within our call centre that would be the go-to for that person, because they would trust that person more. But at the same time, so they don't trust white men because of what it is. So by giving a yes, it kind of means like, okay, well, you'll have a voice in government, and when they speak for you, you just got to trust it then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And because then...
Like, no, this is what you wanted. Now you trust your own.
Now you got to live with those consequences.
Yeah.
Which, if those, like, elders get in who were against it, they're not going to be any help in that position. They'll just be earning a sweet, big public service check and, like, not doing anything.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad thing. But at the same time, I also don't want the race card to be another benefit for people who, like, acknowledging the land and everything like that. Great. I appreciate it. But I saw something where they were talking about land, like homeowners pay a $12 land tax.
Yeah.
I was like, well, why? Why should they?
Does that mean we're paying for the land that we took now? What's good?
Well, that's what I mean. Like, acknowledging is one thing, but hey, like, all right, what do we do to move forward?
We were the first country to start doing that, acknowledging the original people who lived here, are the Ngunnawal people or whatever. And, like, now other countries do that. Canada acknowledges, like, whenever anyone's speaking publicly, like, they acknowledge that the Iroquois of this land, or, whoever land they were, and now it's trickling into America as well.
It's not a bad thing. I mean, you should acknowledge genocide.
No, it's not a bad thing, but it's like, we started that.
Yeah.
Well, it's not genocide. Well, some of it.
It was pretty genocide.
Yeah, Tasmania definitely was.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know it was just a horrible time for a lot of people. Yeah. Pretty good for some others. Either way.
Well, we're all criminals.
We are.
We sent all our criminals down. We're going to treat everyone nicely.
Yeah.
I think so.
So, well, there's that. That's some news.
Yeah, so vote or don't. It is apparently compulsory. Those are the votes I most like to not vote in, are the ones that are compulsory. I'm like, how dare you? Don't make me do stuff, government. I didn't vote for this.
We should have a vote for a no vote.
Yeah.
Like, that should be the referendum. Should voting be compulsory?
Yeah.
And then people won't vote, so they'll lose it.
Yeah. So they'll make it continue to be compulsory.
They'll be like, why?
Only the yes people will vote.
Although all the no people who go in, they're like, why? It works so well. This is a good idea.
Just keep it up voting. Yeah.
Yeah. Hilarious.
Excellent.
So, do you have any other news?
I got some news. What's the time? We can get into it a bit. There was this...
Well, look, while you're looking, I've got one. Just a headline, which we could discuss. I don't know who it is, but Ex-UFC star says she earned more money on OnlyFans in 24 hours than her 7-year fighting career.
I heard about that. But also, not everyone can go into OnlyFans and just earn that much. She already has a bit of fame behind her.
Yep.
And there's probably a lot of people who watch those fights or into UFC who are thinking, I would like to see her with less clothes on. And so there's already that fan base there for that kind of thing.
I've watched the female UFC fights, and when, like, they don't wear much anyway.
Yeah.
But they're the least... to me, seeing those females beating the shit out of each other with, like, black eyes and blood lips and, like, they come out swollen.
Yeah.
I just don't find an attraction to that after that moment.
Can we make an AI OnlyFans?
AI OnlyFans? What do you mean?
Like, we would get the AI to make all the pictures, because they can make, like, photorealistic things now. So we just get AI to make a whole bunch of pictures, all these fake images and stuff, and we could be OnlyFan models.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
How would we... We would have to have a bit of fame behind us so our face is over the internet a bit.
A bit, but we can also just promote the shit out of it everywhere. There's a million places you can promote that kind of thing.
I reckon
we don't promote it as AI, obviously. People hate AI.
Well, do they? No, they don't really understand it.
Well, people in regards to creativity and that kind of thing hate AI.
Okay.
One thing that I find interesting...
Yeah.
Like the people against AI pornography and stuff. It's like that's the most ethically clean.
It is
content in the world because it's like a computer made that. That's
how dare you consider no human being getting.
Yeah. So it's like a.
Although, if an AI was getting railed, but it had my face on it, I would possibly be a little uncomfortable. Ethically, I would be...
Well, now you're talking about, what is that called? They put
defamation?
No, the fake faces on things. Deepfakes. Deepfakes. That's another scary thing that AI is quite good at. You know,
well, that was the idea behind the...
getting better at.
Yeah, that was the idea behind the old... behind some of the Hollywood stuff. Because they're like, oh, AI is going to be taking our jobs. Because literally they can just fake a crowd in the background.
And it can, get rid of those guys. You don't need them. There's a lot of things you can do. Even like, it's not great yet, but you've seen like them put other actors in other scenes and that kind of thing.
And like voiceover work. So it's like, oh, you said that line a bit shit. Let's try that this way.
Yeah.
Modify it.
Yeah, and especially because... people who are voice actors and that kind of thing who have a lot of their vocal range out there, just feed that all into the computer and it can make you say anything. So a lot of voice actors are like super against AI. It's mostly like actors and creative types and artists and that kind of thing who hate it.
You know what? People have to start copywriting their own voice. To be like, this is my voice. I do not wish for anyone to use this. Signed, me.
Maybe.
I don't know. Because there's no other way around it. There's no... I don't know. It's a weird thing.
Yeah, I think... Yeah.
Anyway, this lady made money. It was interesting, and that was... This other lady... Why would you pay OnlyFans when there are sites that do it for free?
Well, if you like a particular person, or maybe you have a crush on them.
Yeah.
Then you can see that particular person that you already have a crush on.
Well, okay.
I think that's there's a bit like more connectivity there because there's like back and forth. You can chat to them and that kind of thing. So it's like having a digital girlfriend.
Oh, that's so messed up.
Yeah.
That's so awkward.
Yeah.
And brings in like another scary idea of like, if someone genuinely thinks they're connecting with this fucking OnlyFans thing.
Happens a lot.
Stalkers, obsessions.
Yeah.
Like, that's terrifying.
Yeah, and that happens.
And we just allow that. We go...
When it comes out that they already have a boyfriend or a husband or whatever, they get destroyed.
Yeah. Oh, that's so uncomfortable. How is that not a bigger issue?
Well, they're adults and they're choosing to put themselves in that position. And then the creeps who are paying them, like, the creeps who are paying them are probably the bigger problem than the platforms themselves. Like, these guys who just are that sad and lonely, that's how they have to go about it. There was some woman I heard about, I wish I had the news about it. She thought she was talking to one of the actors from Stranger Things. I think like the bully guy in the first season.
Yeah, yep.
And she was quite an unattractive woman.
Yep.
And she was married. And she left her husband and sent this guy all this money thinking that he was this actor. Like this super handsome
Billy.
actor.
Yeah.
It was like, and like, oh, yeah, she happens to be his exact type. Like,
yeah.
Like, there are people that are just that desperate. And, like, she was married already, so it's not like she didn't have love in her life. And she just thought this guy was the real deal and, like, needed money from her. Like,
it's so
that show
crazy.
was pretty successful.
Scams,
I imagine she has some money.
Scams are really sad.
Yeah.
Like, I mean...
Well, OnlyFans, it's almost like a scam. I mean, in some cases. Not every... Because some of them, they do develop... Some people do develop, like, a parasocial relationship with it. Like, they feel like they're with this person, and this person's just having this relationship with everyone. Not just you.
Well, there was this football star in America. I watched this doco. It's like the Untold Stories on Netflix.
Yeah.
And there was this football star who was like... He started his college career. He started doing really well. And it's like the best season he's ever played. His grandma died one morning. And then that afternoon, he got a call saying his girlfriend died. It was her brother. Turns out the girlfriend was fake. He was catfished before catfishing was a term.
Yeah.
So he, like, on the football grounds, he's like, yeah, I'm playing this season for my grandma and my girlfriend who passed away this morning. And, like, he was so focused. He did so well. Yeah. And then all of a sudden it started coming out. And he became, like, one of the top 10 most hated players in the league. Because he lied about his girlfriend dying. It's like, he didn't know.
Yeah.
It was this whole thing, like, I'm really ashamed because I kind of had this relationship online, but it went to shit. And
it's weird that, like, a somewhat famous person could get catfished as well.
Oh, it was wild.
Bizarre.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Yep. It's weird, people getting scammed.
Yep. Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I worked with a guy who was falling for a catfish.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, he was really in love with this girl. She lived wherever. And, like, he's like, oh, yeah, she owns this shop, but she's like, $5,000 to get it back up and running or, like, to pay her lease or, some reason.
Yeah.
And our boss was just like, at the time, he's just like, can I see a picture of it? Like, show you? Because he had picked, like, yeah, this is her shop and all this. And we did a quick Google of, like, shop or something.
Yeah.
Like, it was one of the third images on the thing. He's like, look, this, like, I think you're being tricked there, guy.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Did he realise at that point?
I don't really know what happened after that point. He went home that day, though. Yeah.
It's
so...
I've got to talk to you. Yeah. Who are you?
And, yeah, I remember there was a show. I can't remember who. I think someone I knew was into it. And it was a catfish catching show.
Catfish?
It might have been called that.
It's good. With Neve. Yeah.
And they'll, like, meet up in them. And sometimes it's like the catfish person is genuinely into the person they're talking to.
Yeah, they are.
Well, oftentimes, yeah. They're just ugly.
The catfished?
The catfish person. The person who's pretending to be someone else.
Yeah, they are. They do it because they're like, no, I actually really like you. I don't have very good feelings. And the other person's like, you're a piece of shit. Why'd you do this to me? Yeah.
Or they're just gross.
Yeah, or male.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of gay things. I didn't know how to come out. This is my 28th account. Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, that's...
What a world. The internet is fun place.
It's... Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got a bit of time. That's why I keep looking at the clock. Because we spent forever setting up this glorious masterpiece, which you can see on Patreon. I uploaded a picture there.
Oh, silly.
It is silly. It's a silly setup. So, last time, our mountains were being too fat and...
Yeah, fair.
Something else. Being too fat 1, which means I am the first Season 3 Dad of the Week.
I can't believe you have to mark that as a thing.
No, that's a win.
Do I have to do... Should we go back to saying you're the best dad, you've always been the best dad, you're a better dad than me?
Thank you. So yeah, being too fat 1. Yours is parallel parking, which was... Yeah, I do hate that.
Was it a good vote? Did I get some votes?
No.
What? You're all losers.
So you got being too fat is a huge mountain. I've been fat and then trim and now fat again, and it's way worse this time around. Then Sue says being fat has disabled me. It's a massive mountain, just like me.
Yeah.
Classic.
It's a bit intense.
It's a problem. And speaking of being overweight, we did our weigh-in before the show, which we'll probably put at the end of the episode.
Yep.
I was 103.2 kilos, which I think is probably around where I was at our last time we used to weigh in.
I think your highest was 105.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 144.4.
Which is epic.
It's...
That's
you know what?
epic.
It's crazy.
That's almost an extra 50% on top of me.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just so muscular. No.
Yeah.
In saying that, so with this time, with the weight challenge, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm going into this with a different mindset.
Yeah.
So I'm not just going to be like, oh, I'm just going to have smaller portions. I'm just going to do this. Like, I'm reading. I'm focused.
Yeah.
I've got an exercise bike now.
Yeah.
I've
Did you bring my bike back?
What? No. I will. I've got weights. I've got all sorts of goodies and tricks that will allow me to beat you.
Yeah.
So, I might not be losing... I might not win every time, but I'll be losing at least 0.5 of a kilo every week. That's my goal.
Okay. My goal is to lose 0.6 of a kilo, so you are screwed.
Oh, boy. All right, but I do intend to lose the weight. I am not just like, I'm going to lose the weight this time. No, I'm like actively doing my bit. I've been doing weights for 3 weeks straight now.
Yeah.
Been eating better.
Yeah.
Like baked chicken
Yeah.
and veg for lunch and dinner.
Yep.
Yeah. So, we'll see.
We will see. So.
Next week that point is mine.
Yeah. Yeah. Next
What
week that point is Kevin's. Not really.
Where are you?
You're
like half here and then you kind of... You know, it's just me and you talking.
Yeah, I know.
Which makes it really difficult when you you stop.
I'm just quickly...
What?
I had to...
Oh, for fuck's sake, Jeremy.
remember what my mountain was.
Alright, give me a mountain.
Is my mountain this week is... I'm just going to do this one, and it's higher education.
Higher education?
And it's not necessarily the higher education itself, it's the universities and stuff.
Because it's paid?
And a lot of their rules and this kind of things around everything. Well, they are paid way too much. I'm talking about unis, that kind of thing. It does cost way too much. And a lot of that, like, universities have a lot of crazy expenses that have nothing to do with your class at all.
Really?
That you're contributing to paying to by going to that place. Yeah. Like a lot of professors and stuff and that kind of thing that don't teach anything. They just kind of hover around because they've been there 10 years or whatever. They don't have to do anything. They just get paid to exist around the university.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, like a soundboard for some of the other teachers sometimes.
Yeah.
This kid asked this and I answered this way. That's a good answer.
If they've got like certain departments that need extra funding and that kind of thing, like all of whatever you're learning about,
Yeah.
your money isn't going towards that
Your
one
education.
thing. It's towards everything else. Might be a sports team stuff if they've got a sports team. I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
It's also a lot of the rules and things around them. Like if you're, for example, if you're studying to become a teacher,
Yep.
whatever, and you got placements in schools and that kind of thing.
Yep.
If you are sick on a day or something, or you got a couple of sick days because whatever, kids are mutants,
Yeah.
and they just
Adapt every
disease-carrying
disease ever.
and so and you're around them, you're gonna get sick probably.
Yeah.
If you have too many sick days, that's it. You fail. You can't be the teacher. Like these little.
It is brutal.
It's way too brutal, and it's like this is no indication of how good of a teacher or how much you've learned or anything like that. And same with a lot of the other classes. If you're like, if you are sick, your assignment has to come in late,
Yeah.
and you lose all these extra points for being late. It's like
the whole...
I was dying, like, and it doesn't. Who cares if someone uses that to their advantage to scam the system so they can bring it in a bit late?
And
If they pretending to be sick to bring it in late, who cares? They still learned the thing.
I mean, the thing is, these people are going to come out of this into a teaching environment.
Yeah.
And they're going to get sick. And they're going to have life happen.
Yeah.
Where they're not going to be able to teach every day or you know, oh, my car broke down. I had to go and do this. Like, life happens.
Well, it's not just teachers. I just
No, but you
was
know what I
talking
mean.
to
You
a
know what I
teacher
mean.
learning
Like,
personally recently. But yeah.
It's too much pressure for a person studying, which it is. It's a grind to do study.
Yeah, and it seems like there are a lot of small barriers in place to try and make people trip up and fail
Yep,
in like areas that were like
irrelevant to the actual study.
So if it's like, oh, you would have passed if this wasn't late. So it's like, oh, well, I have to do the whole semester again. So I have to pay the whole school fees again. You know, so I can get these few extra points so I can become a doctor.
That's so dumb. That's so frustrating.
Whereas all these other
dumb.
doctors who might be dumber than you, but they weren't sick those few weeks, so they got their assignment in on time. These idiots are becoming doctors while you super genius.
Yeah, didn't have
miss
it
out.
because this smart ass little 18-year-old kid
Yeah.
didn't have his own kid that
Yeah.
was sick or doing its own thing.
Yeah.
There's a disadvantage for you who has lived life and want to live a second life and raise a different career.
Yeah.
Yep. No, I get it.
What I'm really hoping, AI replaces all higher education relying roles. We're going to have the idiocracy. I don't know if you saw that movie.
Yeah.
They go to the doctor, you press the button with the symptom, spits out a diagnosis. That's all we need to do. We just need idiot monkeys running these diagnosis machines.
We just need guys who can read Google out to people.
Exactly, because once you've got AI, they just list off their symptoms. You can take a picture of their rashes, whatever. Google puts it through the AI, compares it to a million other rashes in the universe.
This is your disease.
You have AIDS. Yeah. You know? We don't need a doctor to do that. And then it just prints out a prescription, exactly what you need.
Kid that's getting pimples or whatever. It's
Yeah.
like, can I get a prescription for this? It's like, no, you've got liver failure.
It could analyze things. We need people who can at least probably draw the blood. Maybe a robot could do it better. And
Actually, I saw-
surgeries and stuff can be a bit. I think we will still need human hands for those for the moment.
I saw a machine used for CPR compressions,
Yeah.
which was amazing, actually. It's just like this, it's this arch that sits over someone and just has like this compression thing.
Yeah.
And then I was talking to someone who used to do it as a wardsman. He's like, well, that's a genius idea. Gets really gross when it starts getting mushy after you break the bones and
Yeah.
oh yeah, you need a machine just for that factor itself, not the fact that it might save more lives, just because that's a bit yuck.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm for it. Let's replace all higher education things with
Machines.
AI. Machines can do everything. And even like you can have people delivering the stuff. You can have people who don't need to be that smart. They just need to be able to read and press buttons and maybe use a computer to punch in the AI stuff. And you know, they can be the teachers. All right, AI, what's the lesson plan for the day? They just read directly from the lesson plan. Okay, kids, we're going to learn about Plato today. For whatever reason.
You're pronouncing that wrong. It's called Play-Doh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Well,
higher education is my mountain.
I guess your mountain almost feeds into my mountain.
Lower education.
No, well, I mean, replacing AI with things could be the resolution to my mountain, which is working tired. Like, you have to go to work. So, right now I'm in shift work.
Didn't you bring that in before?
Have I?
Yeah, so you were talking about fatigue and how you were really sleepy that day for work and you got fired because you fell asleep putting your shoes on. Yeah. I just listened to that episode the other day.
Oh,
pretty sure
boy.
you brought in like fatigue or work fatigue or something like that.
Well, my next one was murder, so...
Oh yeah, you bring that one in.
No, that's not what I want to do.
I was so prepared for our return. Our triumphant return.
Hang on.
Oh, you know, I got a good one for you.
I've got a better one for me.
Being unprepared.
You know what? No. Because I think that might have been one. Okay. Alright. This one, forget everything I said a minute ago. I was too tired while trying to prepare this.
Yeah.
Okay. This one is easy pay options. So, Afterpay, Zip Pay, credit cards.
Yeah, like, I don't know what you call it, micro debt. Okay.
Micro debts, yeah. Like, I just call it easy pay options.
Yeah, okay.
So, a lot of people get it stuck into these scam things. I won't call them scams because it is basically just money back, right?
Yeah.
And especially like Zip Pay. I've got Zip Pay. It's a much cheaper option than a lot of the others. I think the fee is like $7 a month.
Yeah, depending on how much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, when you calculate all the other things contributing, so there's interest on the items that you buy on certain things, and then there's other things like interest on, the monthly fees, you end up paying a fair amount more.
Yeah, any kind of loan that
Yeah.
you do end up paying a lot more for the item than you normally would.
And it's...
Even like a home loan,
Yeah.
especially at the moment, high interest rates. So I was looking, like, you buy a $400,000 house.
Yeah.
Now, by the time you finish paying off your loan, you've paid $700,000 for $400,000
So an additional
house.
$300,000.
Yeah.
But that's 30 years you're paying an additional...
Yeah, but that's still $300,000. Like,
well, what's 300?
that's an extra house.
It is pretty crazy. But you also earn that back in equity anyway.
Kind of.
Probably
Like,
not
only
to the
if your
extent.
house goes up by that much.
In Canberra, it's... Well, house prices, are they dropping now?
It's complicated.
I don't know. I'm still a bit like...
Complicated.
I don't know. They're doing the new home buyers grant next year,
they
which
keep
I'm...
doing those things, and it always is bogus.
It never works for me.
Yeah.
Anyway, easy money. So I've got the Zip Pay. I'm ending up in a year's time for one Zip account. You pay an additional like $150 a year or whatever in fees alone.
Isn't it only fees? So you pay
No,
like-
because you pay the interest on certain things as well. It's like
Oh,
3
I
months
didn't know
interest
the
free.
interest thing.
So there's Zip Money and there's Zip Pay. One of them has interest, one doesn't.
Zip money would.
Yeah. And that one, that's the one that...
Yeah.
Well, I've got both, but...
Yeah. I mean, your credit card's the same.
Yeah. So, whereas we, as our culture, the first thing I did when I started working was Dad was like, excellent, you're going to get a loan and you're going to get a car. And so immediately I was in debt. And after doing my budget of petrol, loan, I ended up in my first job, my first proper job out of Hungry Jack's. My first job working full-time as a tyre fitter, I would have $10 spare a week that I could go and enjoy a drink with.
Yeah. Now, it's not bad to get loans for things because you do build a good reputation with the banks and build a good credit score and that kind of thing. I think the problem comes when you take out too big of a loans. You get a bit too excited and go, well, you know what? Instead of getting like maybe a $10,000 loan and getting a perfectly reasonable car, I'm going to take out a $30,000 loan and get something flash with all the new features and that kind of thing. And then that's, a huge amount more. And by the time you paid off that car, you've really paid like $40,000 for it or whatever the interest is at the moment. Yeah.
Yep.
Whereas if you've got $10,000 one, by the time you pay that off, you paid like $12,000.
Yeah.
It's not like a huge
and also the amount of time that you borrow the loan for, depending on the interest rate itself.
Yeah, so you can do it for either less time or you can pay off less over a much longer time.
Yeah. See, I'll get because I am looking at a loan again.
Yeah.
Because I want to consolidate that because ultimately I'll be saving more money in my current budget. But I don't know if I need the time frame. You know what I mean? But I'll end up paying it back earlier anyway. That's what I always do. I'm always putting more on my loan.
Yeah.
I don't know. Loans annoy me.
It's tricky. Wait, what was the thing? Easy money.
Easy money. Well, basically, we built this idea that we can go and get this credit, and credit score really is so important to us. The only reason credit score is important is because no one's able to save, a deposit for a house in the first instance. So you get a loan to prove that you can pay a loan back, despite the fact that you've got $1 million in savings.
Yeah.
So we've been bred that it's important to go and get loans so you can pay a credit rating and you get a good credit score and then you can borrow more money.
Yeah, to eventually get a home.
Whereas we should be teaching, save money.
No.
Save.
You do need to do the loans. You do need to play the games. And it can even be something
crazy.
Like a good way to do it, which has always been a good way to, which I've always been taught to do but never done it, was save up half of the car and then take out the loan for the rest. So don't get out a $10,000 loan for a $10,000 car.
You get a $5,000
loan.
Yeah, okay.
And that kind of thing. And then you're playing the game with the banks, but you're not paying a huge amount. Or maybe save up $8,000, get a $2,000 loan towards the car.
Yeah.
It's all...
See, and what about the option of... So one other thing that I thought was an okay idea is get the loan, so you get the credit rating, and you just keep it in a bank. You just don't spend it.
Yeah.
And that way...
Well, you get the credit rating for paying it back.
Yeah, I know. But let's say you get a $30,000 loan, you put it in an account, you save the money... You're paying more on interest here, but you're also getting interest by adding money to the account anyway. So you're getting the interest on the $30,000 that you've just put in the account. You're paying the loan, and then one day you just throw the money back in. That way you've got your credit rating. You still get a high interest, and you're paying money into it.
No, that's silly.
I don't know how this works. I just hate easy money options, and I hate the fact that you have to go for a loan. It just doesn't make sense to say, we can't just save money as a community.
Yeah.
As a community.
Well, ideally, you might be able to. It'll take longer, but you could save money.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm doing at the moment, just saving and saving and saving.
Yeah, I'm saving. I'm doing okay at the moment.
So I think I should look into different bank accounts and higher interest saving accounts.
You have thought about that?
Yeah.
I got told that we should probably cancel the Dad vs. Dad bank account because we only use it once every now and then, and it's costing us $4 a month.
Yeah, I know. Why is it so expensive?
I don't know. Stupid.
Yeah, because we don't use it.
We shouldn't. We should close it.
Yeah, I'll look into... Because we need some way of getting the patron money.
Well, we can just put it into your account and I'll just trust that.
No, you can't trust me.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll look into that.
Your money is not being used. It's being stored for things that we need to purchase.
We're just sitting on Patreon at the moment.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
And paying off bank fees. Thanks, guys.
For 1 month, you can pay our fee. All right. Well, there you go. Easy money.
Easy money. Yeah, they can, and they can. Some people get really caught in a trap. Like I remember one person when I worked at a certain place that had cash day loans or whatever they call them, and they were looking at one person's account, and this woman was getting $4,000 a fortnight.
Yeah. And
she paid so many loans and payday loans and all this kind of thing that after all that, she was left with $400 a fortnight.
Oh.
And it was like almost all of it were just going to payday loans.
It's
and that
so
kind of
insane. And
madness.
I mean, Afterpay is such a trap as well because people go, "Oh, it's only this much."
Yeah.
But then they're like, "Oh, well, I can still buy this, and I can buy this, and I can buy this." And then all of a sudden, your one purchase that would take 4 payments to clear, you've now got 6 of those, and you're paying like half your budget just on Afterpay for 4 payments.
I don't think the easy money things are the problem because they can help out in a pinch and like in certain things for certain people if they're used correctly. But I think people are awful with money. We don't teach money enough in schools.
We don't teach money, or we don't teach it enough even as people. Even
it's one of the most important things in the world.
I've been trying to teach my kids. So Opie started doing the window washing to get money. And he goes down every now and then, and all the tradies give him cash because good for you being outdoors, son.
Yeah.
So they give him cash. He does what he needs to. And I was like, all right, for everything you earn, I want you to have 2 savings accounts. I want you to have your play money, then an account for saving, for long-term saving, and a secondary account for your spendings on things you feel like getting but are more expensive. He's like, why? Because that's going to be the best thing for you. You have an account that's going to be ongoing. That's for bigger, long-term. That's your thing.
Yeah.
And then this one is just for the other things like, you want an Xbox or something.
Yeah.
You save there. But that's your play money.
Yeah.
Why? And why can't I just have one savings? Well, you could, but let's teach you the 2.
If you keep it separate, you can have this is your car. As soon as you turn, as soon as you get your P's, you've got money in there. You buy your first car.
Yeah, and it's that whole I want to teach you to do this properly, so that when you become of age, you're not scrambling like we have been for friggin' ever. Or we go, oh, I've got some money. It's already spent in my head.
Yeah, that's the thing. If I thought about money the way I do now. I would have bought a house in my early 20s.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I just was fucking around, just buying cars, just getting unnecessary loans and that kind of thing. Because you don't know any of this stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, me getting a loan at 17 years old was like, why am I doing this? I'm not I'm working full time. But it's a shitty job. It still doesn't earn enough. And I could just save for a couple of fortnights, buy a shitbox, and just run that to the ground for a little while. And still have my budget.
Yeah.
Then I could have planned and saved and bought a better car next.
Yeah.
And then a better car next. Just continue that upgrade. I was reading one called... It was like a way to... thing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
right now I'm a single parent pensioner.
Yep.
And I have more money than I've ever had in my life.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, and the ability to comfortably, if a new game comes out, just get it. If I need a new graphics card, I can get it.
Yep.
And still not impact my savings and stuff.
Well, I'm now
in a significant way.
I'm now in a position where every fortnight I'm putting money aside, where I haven't been able to do that for a fair while.
Yeah.
And that's just because I got into a job that kicks ass and pays me well and I work really hard on.
Yeah.
I also get more time with the kids and everything. Like, my job's the best.
Yeah.
It is the best. Anyway, look, that's a bit of rambling from us.
Yeah, look, that was a long one.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff about things.
What's the bet both cameras turned off?
I hope so.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, we're back. There might be some changes coming. We're going to put a poll on the Patreon about
Mountain
Mount
Molehill.
Molehill. That might be changing a bit. If
Yep.
you guys like it, cool. We'll keep it all the same.
Yep.
We do have an idea what we're going to do. We'll put a poll up on the thing anyway. We're not going to tell you what we're going to do with it if you want to change it. If you're happy with how it is, we're going to keep it how it is.
Yep. The other thing is, this is the podcast side of things, so this will be just us bantering and talking shit for a while and doing the Mountain of Molehill and all of that stuff, news, whatever we want to talk about, all of that stuff. But we will be doing other things like challenges every now and then, so maybe revisiting some of the older stuff.
Maybe a cooking show.
Yeah, possibly a cooking show. The thing is, if you're just listening on the Spotify, Pegface isn't fun. You don't know what's going on.
Probably still sounds fun. I don't know. I can't remember.
I don't know. I've never listened to someone put pegs on their face for
Yes,
a
you
minute.
have.
No, I didn't listen.
Oh,
Yeah, I watched.
yeah.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah.
But, like those sorts of things, it may not be entertaining for the people listening. So, I don't necessarily think challenges are good for that.
Yeah.
Right?
There's just too much unnecessary information because none of this means anything
But
yet.
then you might watch it later. Anyway, so
We don't know.
Just
Anyway.
that's the intention. We'll probably know nothing of that.
It'll probably just be this forever.
Yeah, either way.
Yeah. Anyway, links in the description. Bye, Hungries.
Remind Jeremy about that guy, please. We're dads. Chair styles. We have to name different type of chairs.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors to see who goes first. What did you... It's 3 and then go. 1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah, but I went... Oh, 3. I thought you go on 3.
No.
Fuck you.
Okay.
That was manipulation. Alright, go on.
Okay, love seat.
Recliner.
Chair.
Sofa.
Chaise.
Computer chair.
Racing chair.
Office chair. That's too long.
You won the first one ever.
I know my chairs.
Why do you know so many chairs? Did you have any more in you?
No. You were like, I've got him on love seat.
I should have saved that one.
Yeah, you could have started off with sofa or
I was going to
recliner.
start with recliner.
We could have done couch.
Yeah.
We didn't couch. We didn't do seat. We didn't do grandma chair. Rocking chair.
Rocking chairs are good.
Sofa bed. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. A, what do you call it? What is that called? What is the recliner sofa bed called? There's a name for it.
Futon.
Futon.
Hey.
I remember.
Yeah. Well, you could have explained your way out of that one.